I am approaching the very overgrown chicken yard here. And
what a mess. What a mess. So this area is a temporary area that we put together with some reclaimed stuff because we had some chickens that weren't ready to go into the main coop. And when we had to move those chickens in the main coop, we just let it get overgrown with weeds. Little did we know that in with the weeds were going to be some tomato plants. These are pear tomatoes. What is this, October 3rd or 4th?
I think it's
October 3rd. And we've got green pear tomatoes. We had a couple of yellow ones. They were delicious. And down in there also we think are maybe a beefsteak tomato or two. The crazy thing about this is we didn't plant these tomatoes. They either grew after the tomatoes were eaten by chickens, or a bird came by, or a rodent or something that decided to help fertilize an egg or a seed.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a jungle in there.
It is. So what we're trying to do is I've tried to fix the chicken coop, raise off the ground and do some things because we've got some chicks that hatched that are ready to be put in here for at least a few months by themselves. But the real dilemma is we want to get the weeds out of here, but do we want to get the tomatoes out of here, or do we want to see if the tomato plants actually turn color? That's kind of the debate now.
Well, we've got to clear some out so that we can find the chickens and be able to put them in at night, because if I was a chicken, I probably would just want to hide out in all this stuff. Probably be a chicken's dream, right?
Yeah, it is. It's insane in here. I mean, it's like being in a jungle. Here, hand me the camera. I'll show what it's like down in here.
Sure.
All right. So this is what it's like when you come down in here, and you can see the pear tomatoes, and then back in there, back beyond some weeds, are some other tomatoes that we think are beefsteaks. But if I come through here, I'm trying to make my way through, I feel like I'm in the Amazon jungle or something. It's insane. It's like the weeds and things are just all over. All right, so back in here, oh, here we go. Here's another tomato. But it's October 3rd, so realistically, what kind of tomatoes are we gonna even get them to turn red before? Now that doesn't mean we can't try to have fried green tomatoes. And then this is a little area, covered area, where I have a tube that I feed the birds with, and that's got to be cleaned out and ready to go as well. So, oh, and when I come over here, there are some pear tomatoes away, but here's a tomato. It's not the best looking tomato.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not as good as if it was fresh. Look at the chickens over here. They're just
They're like let me in there.
Asking us to throw them some of these tomatoes.
Come on. Let us into the jungle.
I mean, what we could do is we could bring the mature chickens over here and let them kind of weed some of this out for us. It'd probably be the really smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're going to be able to get them out, you know?
You know, it didn't take them long to really mow down their chicken yard at all.
Whatever these big...
See how there's no grass in here? What's that?
Look what I just found. Look at that beautiful
my
tomato.
Goodness.
And so that's the dilemma. Why would you want to...
Fried green tomatoes. Well, pick out the good ones, but, you know, honestly...
But why would you want to not give this a chance to ripen up? I just have a hard time.
Yeah, it's going to get cold, though.
Yeah.
Pick out the green ones. We'll have fried green tomatoes, and we'll gift the rest to these girls here.
You notice that you're saying pick out the fried green tomatoes from out there, Amy?
What?
Yeah, you're out there saying pick the fried green tomatoes.
Well, because I was showing...
Because you're nice and relaxed and you're not in with the weeds.
Well, I was showing just how mowed down the chicken yard was. It didn't take... I mean, I really feel like it took a week to make it look like this once we got chickens. It didn't take long at all.
Well,
they are like lawnmowers.
Kinds of tomatoes, though.
Huh?
They were fertilized naturally. Are these turd tomatoes?
No. Turd tomatoes. I think it's just from throwing tomatoes in there.
I know what it is. I was making it.
Oh, yeah. No, but for goodness sakes. I think it's just from us feeding it, and then the seeds just don't get eaten, and then they sink into the soil.
But these birds were moved out in the spring, or late spring. And so I'm going to try to at least cut down the weeds.
Yeah, so this is growth from the spring over the summer.
For some reason, these weeds, the turkeys, they're in the turkey run too, and turkeys won't eat these. Not this year's turkeys, but last year's turkeys ate these weeds.
Yeah, they did. But you know what? Those weeds, whatever they are, served as great shelter for the turkeys over the summer.
Yeah. A little bit of extra shade.
Yeah.
All right. Wish us luck. Try to show you afterwards.
Yeah.
What a mess. All right, those are the tomatoes that we grabbed, and here's a look at how much cleaning out we did. You can see how tops of those tomato plants are weighing down the netting. Amy, you ready?
Sure.
We've got the young chickens in the chicken coop. You got to pull that, Amy, to open the door.
All right.
Here we go. There's three birds.
Park world music.
Okay. We'll see. They may be a little bit too spooked to come outside, but when they do, this is what's waiting for them.
It's a jungle.
When the other birds were in here, I devised this little deal to send food down a chute into a bowl or into a feeding container, and I'm just going to put a little in there for them. And it'll go down in there so that when they do get in there, and if they're not sure what to do with the other stuff, they've got the feed as well. I don't know, it may take them a little bit of time. They get a little spooked. These three birds were being raised with some broilers, and I'm not sure that they're real super trusting of being moved around.
Yeah.
But take a look, it's not as weedy and jungly as it had been, but it sure is.
It's cleared out a little bit.
Yeah, it sure is going to be good for them when they...
I think it's a chicken paradise though, Chris.
Yeah.
Good job.
So we'll see how this works out. We'll try to update you when the birds actually
Do come out.
the
little
and see
dinosaurs.
what's going on in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's the next day, and you can see the chickens are down there munching on tomatoes, enjoying their jungle, hiding out. Look at all they've done, Amy. They've really trampled on a lot and have been eating quite a bit.
They have, yeah. It's amazing. It won't take long. This will be gone in a week or less, I'm sure.
Yeah, we were talking about how when we made the original chicken coop, how quickly that grass was gone, and anybody who has chickens can vouch for that. But we'll see how long it takes for them to eat these tomato plants. It's a pretty cool little chance for them to play around and explore their new confines. Healthy chickens, happy chickens.
Yeah, tasty eggs too.
Tasty eggs, and we've got one in there who's a little rooster, and I was kind of wishing that while we were out there he would crow for you, because it sounds like someone has a kazoo and is trying to make a through a kazoo.
No, it sounds real like a bike horn or something.
Learning his voice.
Oh yeah, the teenage voice of a rooster. There's always a rooster in the mix, you know? You just,
whenever you hatch eggs on
whenever
your own.
Yeah, whenever you
end up
hatch
with a rooster.
eggs or you get them from the store, you just never know what you're gonna get, and there just is always a rooster or more in the bunch.
And we think that you may say those look like barred rocks. We think that they're Marin mixes.
Oh yeah.
The real hope.
Yeah.
That we'll get some nice dark brown eggs from. Here it goes.
Absolutely.
Oh, and he's got feathers on his legs. We know that he's a rooster, and
Yeah.
I kind of thought maybe he would say something. Maybe he was just
The
looking
males have hairy legs, right?
at hair, you mean feathery.
The roosters have feathery legs.
All right.
Honk honk.
Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, ourhomesteadadventures.com, and let us know what you think.
Ciao.